Hello everyone, this is SWTOR Snoopy here, back with another Star Wars Republic video. Today I have for you guys another Star Wars Republic guide video. In today's guide video, we're going to be focusing on the topic of increasing CXP gain. So if you didn't know, CXP is the system of essentially XP in the Galactic Command System. The Galactic Command System is a system where you get the points, you get crates, and then you unbox them to get the stuff. The higher the tier, the better the gear rating is, and overall it's just a system to allow you to get more items, and just a way to collect craft materials, credits, and etc. So this guide is going to be mainly aimed towards finding all the different boosts and extra perks that you can get through Legacy in order to make your CXP gain much quicker. And honestly, I will also go over some tips as well, just with kind of like utilizing the bonuses that are available and just everything in general with this system. So I hope you guys enjoy the Star Wars Republic guide video. As always, if you guys enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like. And if you guys want some gaming mints, then check the link in the description down below, Catalyst Gaming Mints. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the guide. Alrighty guys, let's get into this video right now. So the first thing I'm going to go over is the command boost. So on the Republic and Imperial fleet, found in the section where all the different vendors are for the different tiers of equipment, there is a command token vendor. Now when you click on him, he will talk to you, and as you can tell, there are two different command boosts here. There's just a regular one, which increases command points gained by 25% for 2 hours. And then there's also a superior one, which does cost more, which increases command point gain by 100% for 2 hours. So these are the two command boosts that essentially people use to just go through the system as an option. So obviously, as you can tell, it says it doesn't affect the command stash, disintegrations to get points back. And also it can't be combined with other command boosts, so you can't get both these together and just combine them. Now these things can actually be found in the command system itself, or Galactic Command. So if you unbox a crate, sometimes there's a chance that you can actually get a command boost. I've only seen the superior ones, so personally with me, I don't really focus on getting these. But as an option, if you are just ranking up through the system, or you're at the max rank, sometimes you will find these in your crates. And obviously you can just click them, you can activate them and do all that different stuff. They're also bound to Legacy, so that means what you can do is you can get it on one tune and you can just send it to another that might be lower, or vice versa. You can just switch it to a higher command rank tune. So there are some options right there. Now if you also want to go through the Cartel Market, you can get a command boost this way. But personally, in my opinion, it is not worth it to buy these from the Cartel Market, considering the price of them on the Cartel Market, as well as the fact that you can find them at that vendor on the two fleets at a much better deal, at least in my opinion. Just getting 50k credits and command tokens. And obviously, if you haven't gone through the Galactic Command System, every time you open a crate, you get command tokens. So they're incredibly easy to max out on and incredibly easy to use. And if you just don't want to do any of those options right there, there's another way to actually get them. And we can look on the GTN. I don't think they will actually be on here personally, but sometimes people will sell them. For example, like right here, people will actually sell the boost on the GTN. But like I said, I don't really recommend it because you can get it from that vendor, or you can get it from actually opening the crates. I think of this boost system as kind of a passive way to increase the CXP, the CXP gain. I definitely, if you want to go through the system quickly, it is very, very useful. But obviously, I like to think of it as a passive system. Now, besides the boosts that are available, you can go into the Legacy tab. And with the Legacy tab, you can go to Advancement. And if you look right here, there will be an improved command experience, and it goes all the way up to 5. So you can continue to go up in the ranks. Obviously, with the first one, it's 100k credits, level 70, Legacy level 2. And as you can tell, every time you go up a rank, it costs a little more. and also you have to get the one before. You just got to continue to go up through the system, increasing it by 2% each time. So this is typically pretty good if you do want to go through the system on one character. Let me just restate that. Is with the character perks, is they only go for essentially one toon. So if you just decide to unlock this on one toon all the way, you'll have to go to another one and then just unlock it again. Now, besides just character perks, there's another option that a lot of people love to use, and with this one, it's called the Commanding Legacy. So as in the description it does say, when you use this, it increases command experience gained by 25% for characters under command rank 30 or 300. This effect stacks up to 4 times for a 100% bonus. And as it says, for example, for each mirrored class, when you get to ranked 300, you essentially gain a stack. So for example, if I'm actually just going through a system, I just continue to rank up people to Galactic Command ranked 300. I can just continue to raise this bonus. But besides the bonus itself, just immediately going with it, you will have 25% when you're able to unlock it. But for both of these, you do have to hit Galactic Command rank 300 on one toon before you can even unlock this. Because obviously, if you didn't do so, that would be a little OP. Now, besides the legacy unlocks and the command boost, another thing that a lot of people seem to forget is, at least in my opinion, it is pretty important, and that is the activities tab. When you click on it right here, you'll see the command bonus for the day. So what this means is when I decide to do chapters, for example, on this day, I'll actually gain more command boost, or essentially I will have a bonus as directly shown right here. Personally, I don't think with chapters it's not that good for CXP and just for the system itself, but it still is an option. And when you do go through the system and you are trying to gain it really fast and just increasing that, it is something to really look forward to. Just besides bonuses, increasing it, you can go through the group finder because they do have daily rewards as seen right here, just different CXP packs. But if you ask me, and at least in my opinion, if you ask me about it, I feel like if you want it short term, I think PvP is a very good option for increasing your CXP gain in general. Just popping a command boost, typically the superior one, is what I do when I actually find them in crates, because I typically don't buy them from the vendor, but it still is a very viable option if you want to get through the system quickly. But personally, what I do is I pop a superior command boost. I go into PvP, just PvP a lot, and I get a ton of crates. Another way that gets you an absolute just monster amount of CXP in command crates is by doing the story operations group finder, just completing all that different stuff, killing all the bosses, doing all that. And every single time, I definitely get a ton of crates, and it really is a way to go. There's definitely different methods to really just farm the system, and I know that there's a lot of people that do that. But if we're talking about just, just general strats, what I typically do is the good old PvP and operations are very viable options, and at least in my opinion, they are definitely the way to go in this situation. Now, this doesn't happen often, but occasionally they will increase the CXP. For example, I've seen it where they've had like double CXP, and essentially, like I said, it just increases it. It's doubled. And they don't, like I said, they don't always do this, but it still is a very viable option if you just want to increase your gain at some point. Just be on the lookout for information relating to that. But obviously, the main thing to note is with this video and just with the Galactic Command System in general is that even with a lot of increases, it still can be a kind of a grind to actually get through the system. Personally, I feel like it's definitely a passive system where you're just completing a task in the game, just gearing up and stuff, and then occasionally you'll get stuff through Galactic Command. That's the way I like to personally think about it. I also know that there's some cool stuff they can actually get from the system, so it definitely has its benefits just in that regard if you just want to find sometimes crafting materials, just different things, or also a way to make credits, because as well, just with CXP, the reason just with Galactic Command System, the way I use it is sometimes you'll get crafting materials and stuff, and since I'm personally not a crafter, I do like to sell that stuff for credits, and I don't always disintegrate the stuff, because even though at the same time I like to claim it, you can just sell it to vendors for some quick credits. And also just gearing up with alts, Galactic Command can be useful in that regard, because sometimes you will get gear that you don't need, so you can just move stuff around. So personally, I think the boosts are very reliable, but just at least in my opinion, just throwing this in here into this guide, is I personally like to treat it as a passive system rather than just actively looking for just ways to actually increase it too much. But after all my observations, I think this is definitely the way to do it. And personally with me is, even with these different tactics and ways to increase CXP, I still just do these even without knowing. I don't worry about it too much, but I do like to just focus on it. And definitely I do like increasing it as much as I possibly can, because obviously more CXP equals more rewards, more credits, and just things in general just with the game itself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Star Wars Republic guide video just on increasing CXP gain. If you did, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.